Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Shadow from SG TCG, bringing you guys round 2 of the locals. This round I was facing an Uta. I won dice roll, chose to go first. Again, so I could just continue to put the aggression on and flood the boards with potentially my 3-cost bodies and stuff. So my opponent opened up with the new Genesis, search top 5 or top 3 for a film card, and then restand it on. So it's like a free search. It's kind of crazy. Passes it over to me after grabbing the Uta blocker. I swing for 5. He takes it. I tap 3. I play out the chopper from OP4, which lets me play out a 3,000 power or less animal. So I play the hiking bear. Where if I have a Dawn attached to the hiking bear, I get to buff up another animal. So it's kind of crazy. If we come to a point where, I have an animal that can't get there, he could at least buff it up while already being able to swing off Zoro with 1 Dawn attached. So after that, I pass turn to him. 4 Dawn. Here he was deciding on swinging big, but just swung 5. I take it. I genuinely don't have a lot of counter, if you guys noticed, but he ends up playing a Nami and then uses Nami ability to search. Top 3. So on play and when attacking the Nami, if you decide the rest of Dawn can search. So it's one of those cards you want to get off the board so that the Uta can't utilize the search ability as much as they would like to. So after the search, they pass turn over to me. I attach a Dawn to the Zoro so that now the 3-cost chopper can swing without any Dawn attachment. And then I attach 1 the hiking bear so the hiking bear can swing. And then now he also buffs up the chopper with giving it another 1,000. So now that chopper is a 6,000 swing instead of just its base 4, which is great. Now it's going to require him to have to give me a 2k or 2 1s, which he does give me a 2k. And then I swing 5 with the hiking bear. I could have sequenced it better, sequence with the 5 first and then the 6, but regardless, makes no difference. It's going to be a 2k regardless. So ends up giving me the Sanji that he searched off the Nami. And then I swing 6 at life with my leader. Attack goes 3, takes the life. And I tap 3 and play the chopper blocker. Chopper blocker is great due to the fact that, 1, it's a blocker if the pressure gets to be a little too crazy, or I can attach the 2 Dawn and give minus 3,000 to any of my opponent's characters, which is great when it comes to trying to board clear. Especially with this, I can get some of that. I can get a 6,000 powered character to 3 and then just swing with one of my little bodies like a Nami. It's great, and they half the time they just look at it like it's worth countering and saving it, but I'm gonna swing at it with other multiple bodies. So he swings 5 with the Nami. I counter out with the little lion from hand. It's a 1k counter. And he does Nami ability, finds backlight, which tap 2, it can rest up to a 5 cost, or it can KO up to a 5 cost. So it's a pretty good card in Film Uta, especially if you're trying to go for like end game and all they have up is like blocker Sabos or Queens. But he ends up using the backlight on the hiking bear, which was, a little trippy. I wasn't expecting that. And then he just swings 5 at the chopper. I let it go. Not worth saving. And not only that, I don't think I have the counter for it. And then he plays out the blocker Uta. If he was trying to go for a board clear here, I would have just swung the Nami at the hiking bear and then swung, leader at the chopper like he did and save the backlight, just because it would have been more useful for him in the later game. Or backlight the chopper and remove the chopper blocker instead, because that's a more valuable card for me. So I attach a Dawn to my leader, trying to consider what I want to do here, but I was thinking about playing the Kid Killer, but it's not useful yet. But I swing 7 at the Nami, minusing 3, just so I can guarantee that it leaves, because again, he's getting a lot more value out of it. And I tap 3 and play the Zoro instead, and I attach it down to swing for 7. And he uses the Uta blocker. I also swung with leader. He countered out of that, so I was trying to make sure that he took a life, but he kept countering and blocking out. These Zoros are kind of trippy. I like it, but at the same time, I might just cut the Zoro out. A lot of the time, It's just a brick in my hand, especially with like the kid killers and just so happen to have dragon right now. But I might take it out and add a different animal. Um, I have seen lists running the other Drum Kingdom Rush one, the one that Wapple used to ride. I can't think of it right now, or the Supersonic Duck Squad. So definitely something I'm gonna look into. But the Zoro's okay. It's searchable off the Nami, so that's what's great for that Zoro. So right now my opponent is at 8 Don, I believe, and he swings 5 at the chopper. I let it go. By this point, you can tell that I have no counter to basically save out of these, 5K swings. It just would have been a 2K swing or 2K to save it. He ends up playing Brook to Nami, and in here he tries to swing with the Nami, but I explained to him that he can't since obviously he doesn't have rush. But he can still utilize the Nami ability since it is a on play, not just a win attacking. So he just got it confused. He searches top 3, finds a Sanji. This guy's just finding all of his Sanjis, which is good for him, all the counters. And you see his cards are just moving. Ghosts. Does 3 for I'm invincible and swings again. Clears the Zoro, which was unfortunate. I wasn't expecting that. It's like, damn it. Now I got a completely cleared board. I'm at 9 Don. I was trying to go wide with it, but I ended up finding the OP8 chopper, which on play lets me look for a animal and play it out rested. And whenever he attacks, I get to search top 5 and play out rested, which is why I want to add another animal, because the Zoro, I've seen the Zoro in the search a lot. So if I eliminate the 4 Zoros, I can make the chopper more consistent with different options. So I swing 7 at life. He counters out with the 0 cost event using a Zoro, and then I tap 4, played Kid Killer, and swing for just 6. I was hoping he was gonna take the life so that he would be down to 2, and then the Kid Killer would swing for 8, but he countered out, which I was not expecting. I was kind of like taken aback by it, to be honest. But he does have a lot of cards in hand, so countering out was not an issue for him at the moment. It was that Nami that was putting in work for him. So he swings 5 at life. I take it, giving myself some options. Well, really, I have no counter, so he swings 5 with leader, so I counter out with a 2K, and now all he has left is a 5K swing, which is the Nami. So he swings 5, I take it, I end up getting the chopper. I should have took the initial Uta swing first, just to see what I could have got, and I could have probably saved that 2K hiking bear. But it is what it is. He plays the Dofi, stuns all 3 of my rested, which is Kid Killer, the Little Lion, and Zoro. So I play Dragon out, which is Rush. I do this specifically just to make sure that I have a big body on the field so that I can swing at the Dofi the next turn, if it can survive. And I put the 2 rested down on the chopper, since that is the only thing that can swing. But I'm going to attach 1 rested to my Zoro just because it'll give the buff to both of them. So now the chopper's going to swing for 9. I'm going to attack the Nami. It's going to clear it. And then I get to search and play out a body right here. But I end up whiffing the search because, again, it can't play out itself because it's a 5K swinger. And nothing else was an animal. But you saw the Zoro there. So again, this is why I'm considering taking the Zoro out. And I swing 10 at the Brook with the Dragon, which clears it. So now all he has is the Dofi and his leader. So he swings 5 at lead. I counter out for 1. It would have been better for him to try to go for the board here, at least for like the little bodies. But he chose not to because he was going to stun again. But he does clear my Kid Killer with Dofi, which is one of the better targets. He should have honestly cleared the chopper, and he misplayed here because he also played the Dofi and stunned the Little Lion, Dragon, and Zoro. 2 of them are good targets. The Little Lion was not, because now I'm gonna get full value off of this chopper right here. I opted on saving 5 Don. I think I was going to do Kid Killer. Yeah. I was considering doing Kid Killer, but then I decided I would just going to swing big at the Dofi, which I'm just swinging for 12 and searching the top 5. Not that big of pressure, but it's enough to clear the Dofi. And I saved the 3 Don for the chopper blocker in case I need to use it. But specifically, it also gives me the minus 3,000 on anything. So if I do need to go for Dofi board clear, I am capable of doing it this turn. If I needed to, if the dragon stays alive as well. So I was able to fill the board back up. Five bodies to his 1 Dofi. Which this Dofi in itself is a big threat for me, because it could pretty much clear anybody on my board as long as he attaches a couple Don to it, because I don't have a lot of counter in hand. But he doesn't know that. So he swings 5 at the little line. I let it go. And here, he should have cleared the chopper. The 3/5 chopper. This thing, he's left it on board for 2 turns, and it's already let me, establish, I think, 1 body. I whiffed one of the searches, but I did complete its initial search. So it's got 2 hits out of 3 searches that it's done. He swung at the dragon. I counter out with a 2K. Plays a Zoro. This is the menace Zoro, where it could swing 3 times in 1 turn. You've seen it destroy me in my Rage videos, but once he plays this out, I knew that I had to go for game at this point. There was no going around it. So I attach a Don to Zoro, buff up my entire field. I saved 4 Don on the side specifically for Kid Killer. He only had 2 cards in hand, so I knew I would be able to establish the Kid Killer ability this turn. So I attach a Don to the chopper. I swing for 7. The way I attack this turn is kind of off-putting. I should have swung with the little lion first to see what I could have got out of it. But he ends up taking the life. I should have did the lion, of course, again, because then I could have he would have took the hit, or he would have gave me the 2K in the hand, which now would have left him with 1. But if he just got the 2K out of hand, it kind of sucks. But it could have just done the attacking pressure a lot better. But I swing with the 5. He gives me a 2K here, which again brings him down to 2 cards in hand. I swing 7 at life with his Zoro. I should have swung with the chopper, because then you never know what can come out of a trigger. So the hit connects, and then I just tap the Don, play Kid Killer, and I could just put it on Dragon, but it goes for game, and that's the win. If you guys like the content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below what you guys thought, and catch you on the next one.